See how it always gets questioned because I don't exactly look the whitest. You
No,
know?
that's what mine.
You're white
I'll show you how to
privilege.
use my white privilege.
I think we all know how that goes. I mean, but you can break it down if you want. How do you use your white privilege?
You are allowed to do accents. If
Regardless
I'm
of what
talking
they
to
say.
you and you speak a different language, I'm allowed to then slightly morph my voice to sound a little bit like I got an accent of yours. I'm allowed to white privilege, bro. It's white privilege.
I don't understand how that works.
Like let's say like a Chinese person, right? I'm talking to him. It's like you start like if I'm ordering to a Chinese person, right? I'm like, I'll take this shrimp rice. You just do it. You just talk like that.
You weren't very convincing.
You just morph it. It's the same thing with the Spanish. Like two. Like you're not changing what you're saying. It's just like the way you say things.
Yeah, it's pretty racist.
Oh, it's definitely racist. You know,
can I get two chalupas?
Yeah, it's like corn tortilla.
Especially when we start doing ham tortilla.
Yeah,
it gets really demeaning quickly. It's like shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice.
That's half and half. It's like, yeah.
Shrimp. It's none of that meow. Like
But I'm trying to actually. I actually believe in my head as I'm saying it that it helps you hear me better. I now think that you can hear me. I'm like, oh, this is how you say this.
You see, like I remember, that's the one that I used to really, like. I remember, like when Antonio, my nephew, I didn't even share it either. When he was younger and he went deaf, it was weird because like I'm trying to communicate with him without necessarily like knowing sign language, and I'm trying to make sure I understand. But like, what really fucked him up was like a lot of times like we slow down. And then it becomes really hard to read lips.
Right. Yeah.
So I remember being younger, like I remember it was like I did not realize ever. As you just talk normally. Exactly.
Just like, but if you say, "Can you hear me?" then you can get it.
So
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like I mean, people slow down a little bit, but like, yeah, I'm not sure how the fuck did we. How the fuck did I get there when we were talking about?
Because I was talking about changing my voice for.
There you go. Yeah. So it might fuck them up even more. That we'll just be like, what? Like, like huevos rancheros, chalupa $5 box, Baja Blast. Like, you're just talking to a Spanish person. It's
like, what? I'm from America.
I'm from Iowa.
Name's Steve.
That's always the best part. It's always the best. Like my favorite movie. One of my favorite movie scenes is in the Big Short. He's trying to sell the stock idea to them, and they're just like and trying to undercut the housing market and shit. And he's like, "Did you check the numbers?" He's like, "That's my quantitative." He's like, "You're what?" My data. And he's looking at this Asian guy. He's like, of course I believe in the math. His name's Yang. He won a math competition in China.
Then he's checked it twice or something like that. Yeah.
He doesn't know English.
It's fucking real.
And he turns around, he's like, well, my name's Dave, and I got second in that math competition. I speak English.
China's got more billionaires than America.
Bro, dude. Well, it would make sense.
It's just crazy now. But America's the biggest economy.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What I'm saying is the weird part about it is that they're supposed to be communist country,
right?
So it's like just looks funnier.
Communist where it benefits them.
It's communist besides any part of the government.
Well, I mean, the government's still pretty communist, but as far as their economic policies go, in practice, when it comes to the citizen, it's very communist. But when it comes to making that money, it's very capitalistic. And
that's my favorite part about the deal with Trump.
So it's like
it literally said on the news, it was like China promises to cut down their intellectual property.
Well, see that
I was like, what's that mean? Some people get guns, some people don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they can get Apple.
Like
but there's no reason they should be getting Puma. Okay. Now Pumas are hard. Don't do fucking fake those Pumas.
Pumas on my feet are mine.
We'll
keep
fake.
those. They started trading it back and forth. They're just like, all right. They're like, all right. We want Yu-Gi-Oh for Puma. Like,
no.
We want Pokemon.
No.
We want Pokemon.
No.
And it's like, all right. This is South Korean barbecue. Like, that's American now.
You're like, okay, we can let you outside. Okay.
For Puma. Like,
okay, we're giving that. But we're not giving you Panda Express back. We don't want it. We don't want it back. It's horrible. We don't want it anywhere here. The love picture would go back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we want Foot Locker.
God damn it! It's the
Jordan Abercrombie and Fitch.
Forever 21. Like,
ain't nothing more imagine than some goddamn Jordan on my feet, boy.
No fucking Jordans. You stick your fakes over there. Stick your fakes over there, bro. Like that's one of my favorite. Like it's one of my guilty pleasures. You go and you watch the you watch these dudes. They go into these Asian counterfeit markets in China. And they start haggling for fake Jordans. Like they'll be in there for Yeezys, and they always have to calculate. They'll just be like, "This is what I pay. This is what you pay." And it's like 120, and it's like equals out to like $80. And they're like, "No, I'll give you 40," and it equals out to like 20 American dollars. And they're just like, "This is what you pay," and it's like $300. And it's like, "You just said it was 80," and she's just like, "I'll give you this. I'll give you this. It's $50." And it's like, "No, I'll give you 20." And she's just like. Final offer, $120. Like, I just always sit there.
That would make me.
What you want? Not for those. No, not for those. Like it's always like it's one of my guilty pleasures, man. They go in these markets and try and barter with these bitches, man. It's like, hilarious.
That sounds hilarious. I do want to see that. Whoever's that lady that's doing that calculator, like she should legit work at Foot Locker in America.
Exactly.
Straight up, just
trying to confuse you. Yeah, just trying to confuse you the whole time. Like that's what they want to do. Just try and fuck you up.
Yeah, like did you ever see like the process of like shortchanging is what they call it?
No.
It's like
what's that?
It's basically like someone trying to convince you they gave you a different bill than they did, one way or another. And it's like there's like a video on YouTube of it of like, and like people do get cashiers, bro, because they're just throw so many numbers out there. Like so he comes in, like let's say I got a $50 bill. Obviously I don't know how to do it right, but you go in there and I buy a mint for 25 cents, right? Then I come to you, you give me $49.75. And when you get it, I say, take 75. And now you go, how much more I owe you for that pack of menthols right there? And now he's got to do that. While he's doing that math, you're already like, let me get change for this 40. And right. And then when he gives you that back, you go like, well, I gave you a 50. You get what I'm saying? You're like, what? No, here. Okay. So then he takes the candy that he bought, right? And he says, here, do take that back. Now give me my 50. But really, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? But really, you're just getting the change for that 20. You already got all the other cash. So it's like he gave back 75. He kept 20. Like it really can fuck with you.
I've done something like that. I've been a part of something like that, but I was on the wrong end of the getting gotten part.
Someone got you?
Not necessarily. Like so one year we went to Otakon. It was me, Tyler, Kier, and Nebby. We went to Otakon. We were like, I think we were like 17 or 16 at the time, something like that. So we went into the dealer's room, and if anyone's been to Otakon or anything like that, they know that the fucking dealer's room is like, they got some cool ass shit. So they had bongs, of course, and stuff for tobacco. That's how they got in there, you know. So like we go to buy this.
Wait to hear this.
We go to buy this nice glass bong with Bob Marley on it, and it's like a bubbler, and shit has a bunch of cool chambers, little ice catcher, whatever. It's cool as fuck. And it's a full glass piece, and you're just like, all right, it's $80. We're just like, all right, it's like, do y'all want to go in on it? We can split it all. We split it. We figure it out. We go back. He wanders off for a little bit, dealing with other people. Comes back, and he's just like, all right, you guys want it, right? And they're like, yeah, we'll get it. He's like, why don't y'all look at grinders real quick? I'm going to go wrap it up. So he goes to do that. We look at grinders. We pick out a grinder. Comes back with it. Just like, we go to get ready to pay for the bong and stuff. And we're just like, all right, how much is the grinder? And he's like, all right, for the bong, it's $85. And for what did I say, 80? He was like, so he pretty much added 20. He was like, all right, bong's 100. The grinder, that's 25. We're just like, what? We thought it was 80. He's like, oh, let me check real quick. So he goes, walks back for a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, no, I was wrong about it. He's like, the bong's 105 and the grinder's 40.
What the hell?
And we're just like, well, because we still want it. It's cool. We still want it though. That's the price. We were paying the cheaper part. Oh. So he's ringing us up. We're getting ready to pay for it all. But we're all going in on it. So it's like, I got, a little 30 here, whatever, whatever. So, go to ring it up. He does it one more time. He's, that's right. It's not 105, it's 110. And the grinder is $43 or something like that. And so we pay it and finally get out of there. But we got the whole time.
Oh,
but it's pretty much that. We're shortchanging, except you're getting, except you're taking off a bunch of teenagers, like taking off 16-year-olds. Like,
it's just crazy. You guys never got to the point where you're just like,
we were splitting up the money out between like 4 or 5 people, pretty much. You know, it was like I was like Tyler. You know, it's like Tyler pretty much ended up buying the whole grinder. He's like, well, I want the grinder to be mine, so I'll just buy the grinder. You know, and I was just like, all right, well, me, Nebby, and Kieran, we'll go into the bong. You know, we went the bong. And we ended up going, we're splitting it up. And Tyler's like, as it went up, Tyler was like, all right, put some money on there. So he's just like, all right, I got this. And like, once it was all said and done, you know, just like, we were changing each other just like little by little. So it really didn't look like much. Like, I ended up spending like 40, and I ended up spending like $40. I was just like, you know.
But everybody was about to spend 20.
Exactly, and he got extra 20 out of everybody. You know, if it was one person, I don't think you would have gotten the
that
same.
Guy should be salesman of the year.
Oh, for getting some 16-year-olds, like what the fuck? I don't think so.
It's just the way he did it.
You know? I mean, it all made sense though. It all made sense because like you go off, you help more people, then you come back, he gets distracted. Okay, this happens. But this happens. There's literally 30 people around. There's like 4 of them.
But I don't take you for a dummy, bro. I feel like you would have knew. Like, if he's doing that, he must have did pretty good at it.
Well, I mean, like, there's also like the other guy who's like the owner. He's just like, yeah, that one's, he's like doing the same thing. So we're like, it was like good cop, bad cop. Like he was just like, you know.
Gotcha,
and from the beginning, he was like, I'm offering y'all a deal, you know. And then he was, I was just like, we got taken for a ride. It was a very emotional ride. And the fucked up thing is like we broke that bong in a week.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure from the jump it had a micro fracture in the glass.
Oh my god!
Because we tipped it over on carpet, and the thing snapped in half.
No
bro.
way!
Yeah,
that definitely shouldn't have happened.
Exactly. I'm just like, this is
you guys were so
trash,
sick.
man.
You were so sick.
It was so trash.
I would have loved just to feel the energy in that room.
I mean, it was cool because like it was like we still kind of ended up with like a grinder because like we always smoked at Tyler's house anyways. Always smoking his weed. His dad's weed, dude. So he's smoking that. So I mean,
you got a grinder for 40.
Well, Tyler very much got a grinder for 40.
Yeah, you guys got things.
You know?
But yeah.
Well, we got guys. We got guys. What mainly happened on that day?
Yeah.
Is what we mainly. Well, I mean, like we walked away with a bunch of weird shit in that room. Like we all have. That's the thing about the dealer's room. Once you name it something like that, you have
anybody can get burnt.
You have people come into a room specifically for buying stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like at this moment, it's like how much can I get out of every? It's how much. It's pretty much what my sales need to be. What are my sales per person that enters this room and passes by this booth? Pretty much, it's like.
So from now on, when I'm buying bongs like that, well, I never bought.
I'm looking for things with price tags.
Yeah, you just go there and just call them out for a microfracture. Just like, how much is this? 90. Okay, well, I'll be honest with you, I've seen a couple microfractures, so I'm thinking like 40. To be honest with you.
What the fuck?
And if he has microfractures, he's gonna come forward right there. It's just like, look, there's like one down here. Okay, we can do 50. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, you go in that room. I mean, it's pretty much all about spending. Like, it's some crazy wild shit in there. But I mean, like, again, you have people going in there, especially people like who travel all over for this anime convention to do this shit. Like, they're dressed up. Like, they already spent $3,000 on their costume to make it. Of course, they're come here and spend $3,000 in a leather shop where you find steampunk leather goods. You know what I'm saying? Like, they came in fully decked out in leather steampunk goods. So of course they want more leather steampunk goods. Like,
hustle of the year, if you ask me.
What, that guy at the booth? Yeah, I mean, bongs and shit. So
I don't care if you got a 10-year-old.
Well, that's the thing about the size of glass bong.
Cash
like, even
cash.
In my opinion, even at the size bong we got, the glass one, but I mean, it being broken, being fucked up. Yeah, but the size of this one, like, I mean, that's still a cheap price for a fully glass bong,
So you also know like the medium for bongs and this time.
Well, glass bongs are expensive, man. Especially like we got one. It was literally like 4 feet, bro. It was like a big ass fucking bong.
Low quality.
Yeah.
So now you know when something's too good to be true. That's really the main story. Exactly.
Right? But again, we're 16. I was like, let's go. Let's do this. Like, buy a bong. And again, like me, I'm spending $35. I'm spending $40 for this nice bong. We're just gonna smoke out of all the time. It's great. It's a cool bong. There's Bob Marley on it.
I just always hated waiting for people hitting bongs. Like,
oh yeah,
you got like 5 guys just like.
But I mean, like,
you know, gonna smoke again.
But like, being again, not being able to buy Rellos,
Yeah.
we were just like because at that moment we were doing papers because you can buy papers for the most part. A lot of times they'll just give you papers.
You get a lot of them too.
A lot of times people won't card you for papers. That's just,
you can get 100 papers like it's nothing.
It's hard. Yeah, it's like $225. Well, Rellos, I remember like we didn't start smoking Rellos like that until like we got cool with that person at Royal Farms and she just served us. And it was only the night shift lady. And I remember she'd always be like, "Oh yeah, that's Rodriguez. Yeah." That's what she always called me. She said, "That's Rodriguez. Yeah, I know him. I carded him. So she kind of spread the word in that Royal Farms. Like, look, they can get Rellos. So at that moment, we were like 16, 17 getting Rellos sometimes because it wasn't always reliable. You try and get 2 3-packs if you could. Well, the 3-packs weren't around yet. You had to buy a couple Rellos. Yeah. But again, most of the time those were stale. So you avoided those. You usually buy the fat. I remember a while it was like all about the fat grape games. It's the white grape game leaf fat cigarillo.
Yeah, the games. Yeah. Games definitely started it.
Yeah, that was big.
You know what's crazy is did you see like that thing that like I never knew neither, but like they're like when you have a voice inside your head, right?
Yeah, okay. I was thinking about this on the way over.
Do you have a voice inside your
head?
I have.
Yeah, it's a voice that reads. It's like
everything.
it's a voice. It's like if I'm thinking about something, it's like, man, I really just don't. That's like the way I would talk in person. Like if I was to sit here and narrate my thought process, that's how it sounds in my head. Like
it's me having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And they're saying that people don't.
And I did read that, and like,
did you watch the video?
I didn't watch the video, but I read what the article was saying, and from what I understood from the article was that like it's that people do it, but like it'll be like non-verbally. So like, but still kind of like the same thing, just non-verbally, like. But to say that you never have a voice is absurd to me,
That's what they're saying, bro.
See, to me, I think
the lady on there in the video, the lady on the video answers all the questions that you're picturing, and she's like, when they're talking, she's like, I see things as pictures. I read a sentence by sentence structure.
What does that mean?
I don't even know. That's what the guy says the whole time. He's like, I'm trying to get you guys answers, but it's actually just making it more confusing.
Yeah, you said she had answers, but she really did nothing to answer these questions.
No, bro, it made it harder. But she is trying to answer it, But she says like she repeats everything out loud.
So I could see. Okay.
And when she reads, she mumbles the words.
So like I could do like both though. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say and just be like, yeah, some really dumb shit. Like, just be thinking something completely else. It's just like
I can't not use the voice in my head.
Exactly.
Like as I'm saying this to you right now, the voice in my head is saying something else. So I can't even imagine
something else.
Anything else.
I mean, really inside the brain, it's just inconceivable in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely inconceivable.
It seems harder.
Yeah, I'm just because
it's harder in life.
Exactly, where you're just like looking at the sentence and the only thing in your mind's the picture of it.
Can't even pre-fruit.
What?
You know what I'm saying? How can you freestyle? It's like I don't even see how you can freestyle.
I might make them good at freestyle. I might make them go freestyle. We're just like
maybe they're lyrical, but they ain't got no flow because they can't see how to say it. So it's like they know all the rhymes, but it just comes out.
They just kind of have both because like I noticed like
I don't believe until I meet somebody who says they don't got voice in their head.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even understand how you would conclude something like that.
The lady on there said she can't talk to herself in the mirror, bro. Like, you look in the mirror and you're like, in your head, you're like, sober the fuck up or something like that. You're drunk
that's
somewhere.
What I'm saying. Like, I think like
she has to say it out
loud.
You
either have a mental disorder or like something's going on deeper.
See?
Either that or inconclusive study.
I think that this is straight up just us. If this is true, I'm imagining it's true. Like, this is just straight up us, just like, it just a mind blown. Because you just assumed. That's all it is you assumed that, that everybody had that voice. And people with no voice assumed everybody had no voice.
You never talk about something like that.
Imagine when a certain song, like, the voice inside my head. And then the person that don't got it just like, what is he talking about?
Well, and
the people with it just like, this boy spitting.
Well, I feel like You just want to slide that in there. See, I feel like they would just look at it and it would just be like, oh, that's just the abstract way of looking at the way you think about it. You're just like, oh, you're calling it the voice, but really it's just pictures in my mind. But it's not really a voice, but they're calling it artistically.
She said when she reads, she can't see a setting. Think about that,
I just
bro.
don't understand.
I know.
My brain is completely wired the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want
like
someone
every word you say is a picture.
I want someone to look at me and be like,
my head that I'm walking
oh, yeah, I get what you're saying, dog. I'm just like, you get what he's saying? It's just, I don't know what you're talking. So, yeah, I mean, like, for me personally, it's just like that perception, that idea, like, you know, it's so hard to step out this box because I'm just like,
oh, I'm gonna, bro. You know? Anybody who's around me now in large crowds, small crowds, that's coming. I'm asking everyone.
But it's not, to me. It's like
I can't
it's not 100% fact though.
I can't.
You know?
There's one way to find out. I'm gonna ask people. It's the only way. Yeah. I'm going to meet someone who doesn't have that voice, and we're gonna talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to someone.
You know what I mean? Like next party, 20 people, just be like, look. Does nobody got a voice in their head? Like, does anybody? You're not gonna. What if like
people in the corner is like, oh, you guys see that kid going around asking if like they have a voice inside them?
That guy said that he asked like 100 and like something amount of people. It's like there's something like 60 of them said they did have a voice, and like 19 said they didn't. So it's out there. Like I'd imagine it's all true. It seemed authentic.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, to me, it's just something so like. Because you would need.
Bro, the lady on there was not lying.
Well, was not a lie. That's the thing. But that's the thing. Like, you can fully believe something that's just not the case at all. You know?
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, you can, man. Like,
of course, but this lady is literally a smart person. She knows what's up. She knows, bro. You know if there's a voice in your head or not. No,
possibly.
No. If there was no voice in my head, I would know.
Possibly, man. I don't know, man. It's just something like that. Like, you would have to. You couldn't just go off someone saying that's what it is. Like, look, this is how I see it. Like, you couldn't just you would like for that to be like, okay, for us to nail this down, and be like, okay, that's just the way it is. You would need some way to just like kind of like just nail that one down. Because to me, I'm just like, I don't know, this bitch might be crazy. I don't know,
bro. They think you're a crazy one.
What I'm saying, because people believe some crazy shit.
When the guys describing that to people, they're like, they think that's like signs of schizophrenia. The people that don't have it. They think like the shit he's saying is schizophrenia. He's like, I'll be in the shower and I'll go back to an argument I had years ago.
But could it be? Like,
listen, right? Like there was a point where he's like, when I'm in the shower, I'll have a flashback of an argument from like middle school or high school, and I'll replay that conversation in my head and like try to win it or something. And the lady's like, yeah, do the same thing, but I say it all out loud. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's not fathomable.
But then she's also saying like, at no point she has that inner monologue. She's saying that.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's saying.
So in that moment, it's like even when she's not saying stuff out loud, like she still has to be, you know.
She sees things in her head. That's what I'm trying to say with the picture thing in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nobody saying nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just to go off.
She said when she's answering a question, it's 2 check boxes.
To me, it's just so, you know, just so out of the, like, we just couldn't go off a lady's word. We just because she's out here, she's just like, well, no, that's not schizophrenia. It's like, that could still be schizophrenia. Like, we can't say it's not schizophrenia. It's like, because it could be.
Dude, I think schizophrenia leads way more toward, you're saying the person with it. Us. We're way more towards schizophrenia than them. They're saying they don't hear no voices. We're saying we hear a voice.
But most people, but that's the thing. Most people have that inner monologue. It's just their subconscious. Like, I mean, like, I would just like, if you out there do not have an inner monologue,
let us know.
Let us know right now.
Just
like,
please. Having an inner monologue, right? But it's in Spanish. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, someone's in their head speaking Spanish.
That's my thing as well. Like, when like you have dogs that like they're trained in Spanish, so like they just know Spanish. But it's like, I would come in, I'm just like sit. They're just like, I speak Spanish, bro. like it just makes like it's like a similar thing. Just like you know, like you look at a dog, like they have no comprehension of language, but they're just like. You know, like this noise is it.
What about before language? You know what I mean? Like before language, what were people saying in their head? Like, how did you even
see? I don't know,
it's
man.
Just
like,
a thought.
It's
just a thought, and then even you saying it, you're just like food is straight, but you don't even think that.
And what's the thing? Like, how would you think if you were a mute, deaf, and blind? Like, you're just born that way. You never heard anything. You never saw anything.
That'd be insane.
And you never spoke anything. So, like, how do you think in your head? Like, how do you speak in your head? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like you just like you feel this thing, you're like it's wet, and you're just like you're not thinking it's wet. You're just like, you know, like I don't know if she'd just be like.
Very few people are born like that, but like Helen Keller, you know, like she learned how to talk by putting her hand on her teacher's throat, and she would just mimic the vibration that her teacher's throat did to her own throat. She could do that. She really doesn't even know what she's saying. You know what I mean? But they're basically teaching.
I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah, bro.
Someone play that because what the fuck did you just say?
Do you know who Helen Keller is?
I know who Helen Keller is, but I also understand she was a mute, deaf, and blind.
Right. So how she learned to talk?
I don't think
she
did. I don't know, man.
She knew how to talk. She knew how to write. She could do a lot of things.
Well, I know she could do Braille.
Yeah, but listen, no matter what, here's the thing: it always comes. You don't remember this from school, bro?
Talk like.
Listen, bro.
Learn to communicate some way.
She talked. Listen,
and she's not mute.
Listen, bro. Listen, she was born in mute, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, exactly. Either what I'm saying is, even if she does sign language, like she gets the word, she learned the word through the vibration.
Yeah, well, it was just so wild, man. It was so wild.
Because people say, like, how did you learn, right? Like, how did you even know that we were grabbing throats to tell what we were saying? You know, if you can't hear and you can't say, right, and you can't see, you know, that's what it is, bro. She wasn't a mute. She was blind and deaf. She wasn't a mute now.
It's like trying to say that Helen Keller's overrated.
Yeah. I just can't believe
she overrated. Like it was not.
I thought that was crazy cool, man.
Oh yeah, definitely cool as hell. Definitely cool as fuck. Oh yeah, no, people overcome shit. Like I mean, like there's that one dude
back in the day. It used to be like the biggest thing. Everybody would always be like, "How is that true? If she can't hear and she can't see."
Yeah. I mean, like, of course you're gonna find there will be a way to be found.
But no one ever said nothing to you. That's the thing. You didn't hear nothing. You know what I mean? That's the craziest thing. You can't see that. You can't. So it's like I don't even know what you're trying to teach me. You know what I mean? Like clean my dick. Like I don't even know what you're doing. You're giving me a washcloth. What's the washcloth? What's water? What's a bathtub? What's my dick? Like you know nothing.
Like what's penis? Like what's that? Like I can't tell you clean my penis because I don't know what that is quite yet. Like you could just kind of like you put like how do you do that? Like take my hand, you put it on my dick, and then you make me read Braille. Like you're just like.
But how do you learn Braille?
I just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I know with the voice. Like that's how I know she learned how to speak. Was through that. That's 100%. That's as the story goes.
You would have to have multiple levels of translators where you're just like, I mean, she apparently wrote a book, didn't she?
Now she's a folktale. Like, how far is it going?
I'm going into far territory because I'm not gonna lie. You know, I don't have a depth of knowledge on Helen Keller per se.
I just know that one fact. I know that one fact I gave you, dog.
Well, shout out Helen Keller because I mean you're a bad bitch.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We just call it baddie. Well, I mean,
you picture like. I just don't see.
So I mean,
how are people?
I don't know
what I would do without this voice in my head.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how else I could think.
How would I be?
Because I've only ever thunk. You know, like. I mean, how are you 2 steps ahead with that mentality? Like you just have every box check. You're just like, yep, this.
That's what I'm saying. And in my head, I'm like talking to myself.
Well, it's like I'm doing that and talking. Like you know, it's like I still envision shit, but I also have an inner monologue. I just like that's not right. You know, I'm just like where I'm envisioning something, and in my mind, I'm talking. I'm just like, no, that's the wrong picture. Like that's not it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Huh.
I'm doing like you're doing both.
So, see, for me, it's like
you can envision stuff.
For me, it's straight up though. Yeah, I can envision it, but like for me, it's like the voice in my head is running everything. So
well,
like,
yeah, 100%.
That's really what's processing everything. So if I want to bring something up, it goes through him. You know?
Well, yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah,
it's not me doing that.
Exactly,
it's like, so now I'm taking.
But it is you.
So now I'm taking in what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'm deciding, should I pull some shit up or should I like think about my reply? You know what I mean? Or like, am I going to associate this to another memory? Do I want to bring this up about a time?
Well, I think that's a completely separate thing than from the voice. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like the voice in your head just kind of.
That's all the voice working there. You know, like, what do you want to do?
Well, the brain's working. Like, this is the loudspeakers in the head just going like.
That's what I'm like. In my head. the voice in my head is not saying what I'm saying right now. It's already past that. I've already made a decision to say all of this right here.
Are you schizophrenic?
But you get what I'm saying.
No,
right?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like,
no, I get you. Yeah,
like you don't gotta focus on what you're saying, right? You
made
your choice of what you're saying. That's done. You're on to the next thing.
You're coming out, you're talking, and it's kind of like a real time feed of like whatever you're saying. I mean, of course, there's times when you sat there and you thought about what you said. You know, everyone's taking a pause and just been like, okay, this, and then they know it, then they come up with what they're saying. But I mean, most of the time it's just shooting off the top, and it's already kind of like, is it predetermined? I don't know. I think it's just it's calculated at the highest speeds at which I am listening and can, and that speed's so fast to where you can even comprehend that I'm coming up with an explanation in that time frame. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that quick inside of us and inside your brain as well.
It's crazy when you're having a fast combo too, and you're just going through things like at this speed right here, and then like you click 3 things together, and you're like, but back to the original topic. You go back to topic 1, and it's like you had that stored there the whole time, right behind this dude and his like spaceship. Like what the fuck is going on out there? That's like, so crazy.
That's really what fascinates me. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You can complete a thought. Go ahead.
It's just fascinating to me because it's like, that person is only as smart as you actually are, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's up there working, but it can only do like as a certain level of IQ. So like, there's times, right, where I feel like people are up there and just like, you don't know where to go. Like that guy has nothing.
I have the idea that like most people are a little like on the inside, like they're a little dumber than what they let off. You know what I'm saying? Some people are as dumb as they come off, but I think most people like, they're actually dumber on the inside. Like that sounds really mean and like, like stupid saying, but like I think a lot of people portray themselves like naturally as like someone that like kind of knows what's going on and like knows the shit that's going on, and that's what they try. You know what I'm saying? Most people try and portray that. Everyone I think is a little dumber underneath. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit.
I could say that. Yeah.
Just people you put your best foot forward. That's what you do naturally when you speak. You're gonna put your best foot forward for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we've all definitely had some times where we're just like, I wish I hadn't said to everybody here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
that was so unnecessary.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like, that's one thing like kind of like tripping about languages is like the want to just like me like I want you to understand what I am saying. I want you to understand me. So let's come up with this. This is ashtray, okay? Okay, and this is depression, okay? Like, talk to me, somebody. Like, that's just what humans do, bro. Just like,
what a swingo event.
I know, but for I mean, like, with I mean, like, I've had a lot of
Academy Award. Bro.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so I mean. I'm just kind of firing off with like more because I thought about a couple of weird things today. I thought about a couple of not depression. I'm fine.
This did some Shawshank shit on me, bro. I'm losing.
But anyway, like people like the want to like the person wanting to just like say something and be understood. It's what ultimately led to like a form of like communication, whether it being like this is like unga or whatever, like whatever the first words or language was for something,
I'd say it's more of a need though than a want. Because I mean, if we're village people, we can only beat a lion with 10 of us together. Yeah. We got to have some communication.
This is where I just got to say I miss the old days because it's like back then you only had to identify food sources and water. And shelter.
Those?
Well, yeah, but now I got to identify people's feelings, and it's just like a completely other complex level where you're just like, I got to identify people's.
We're so safe now. Now it's like, me. Yeah, it's now about how you care, like how you feel. I mean, like now I care about how you feel. Yeah, when that was literally like, never a concern before.
This is one thing like I was thinking about earlier that I thought was pretty funny. I was like, human has spent most of its lifetime figuring out the best way to like live in one place. And then now we've gotten to the point we've overcomplicated living in one place so much that people are now choosing to do the opposite and go forward again.
Yeah.
There's like, look, this is fucked up. I'm going back to my roots. Like,
but that's like the cycle of things though, right? Like what's that thing that they always say on
overcomplicate shit, man.
What's like hard times breed hard people breed easy times. like something like that. Basically like that being a cycle of like you're gonna get to a point where you do have it to this nice, and it does breed just weaker people, man. And then it becomes hard people are bred.
Well, that and like overcomplicated as well, man. It's just like I just want to live. Like as a human, you want to live for the most part, like naturally, like non-nomadic. Like you want to like kind of like settle down in one spot if you can, which is why we've gotten to this point. But then you got to the point where you're just like, all right, well, now you got to pay the mortgage. And this is how you set up the mortgage to the bank. But attached to that's to your credit score. And then you got to have a job. You got to see your income. And it's just like, I mean, like, not to go into like that kind of like spiel, but like, you just added so much complicated shit. People were just like, look, this is way overcomplicated.
I could just live in a house.
I could just live in a van.
Yeah.
It's like, and I could just drive where I want.
I love the sound of it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
you ever watched that Tiny Home show?
Yeah, I've watched, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, bro. I've watched. There's a couple, man. Like,
how you feel about it? Would you ever go about something about that,
bro? I say that, bro, all the time. Like, look, this would be our future tiny home.
You like the tiny home?
I mean, for me, like, it's an eventual future most likely. Like, I'm going like to me, I'm going straight up, like, not hermit, but like, I'm going towards that type of like lifestyle where I'm just like, I'm not gonna have. Like this like suburban home with like the 4-car or some crazy shit. Like I'm gonna have a tiny home with some solar power on wheels or some shit. Like
that's the part that I come to a grip with is like, okay, well then why not just getting something that's a vehicle? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at that point, I gotta buy a vehicle.
Well, it has to be mobile. Yeah.
Carry that thing around.
Whether it be on the trailer hitch or if I'm in a truck or what.
So that's why I'm always just like, I would rather have a school bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just have a school bus, turn that bitch into whatever I want from there, and that basically be a tiny home on wheels.
Well, see, like the thing is like one thing I did, like I looked at like the full size Sprinter van. You know what I'm saying? Hear me out. Park down in residential.
Are you talking kind of like
it's a full size Sprinter van, so it's big as shit,
like the retro looking ones? Like
it's not retro.
No. I mean, it wasn't called retro.
They have newer like ones, but like it's just a.
God damn it!
It's pretty much just an extra large white panel van, but it's not commercial. It's like under the commercial weight, like limit and size and whatnot.
Remember that guy I showed you who was doing that van?
Yeah,
his was perfect.
Yeah, bro.
Like if you're going minimum style, like his was cool. He's playing the game and shit.
Yeah.
But for me, I always liked something that was a little bit bigger because I would like certain amenities. Like I like to cook.
Yeah.
So like I want something that I can cook on.
Yeah, but like, see me, like I would like what I was thinking about making, like, I'd probably just have like a fucking. I'm gonna build a grill in this bitch or some shit, bro. Like,
but having to start a fire every time, it's like.
Grills fire pretty easy, bro. Like,
usually, are you gonna use propane?
Yeah, you usually have propane on board.
So what are you talking about? You're building a propane grill now on the outside, or what?
Not building one, but like
you're gonna just have a propane grill with you in the van.
On this, it's just be bolted to the side. it's like
some old shit. Just flip them right there on the side.
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly, man. I don't know, man.
I like that idea because that's how I picture like you could do something on the outside, but like there's gonna be times, right? If you're living this thing permanently, like there's gonna be times where like it's raining outside, it's storming or something. You gotta cook dinner. You know what I mean? Like I like the idea of having a stove top like that. Just one propane in there. You know what I mean? Like the one guy, like no, you weren't watching that one.
The ones I saw had like little, 2 burners on them.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's good.
I've watched 1,000 of
these. 2 people, bro.
Dog, I've watched 1,000 of these now. So I've got some ideas. Like I've jacked some people's ideas, bro. Like the best idea I've seen like people utilize is like everything being top shelf space when it's not being used for what it is, basically. So like everything should have a slider over top of it, basically. Like rather it be the sink or whatever, someone that slides right over top, and then you can sit things on that.
Yep.
And you would shift around shit like that. Of course, you want a lot of things that swing out and shit like that.
I would use shit like use like an air fryer or something, Like you can use an air fryer.
Yeah, but perfect. But like for me,
on the side,
like
with
for
the 2
me,
burners,
that's something that I like to pride myself on.
Crock pot and 2 burners, bro. You can't go wrong, man. Little mini crock pot.
I don't know, bro. I think I want something like. I want straight up, like, if I can, I'll just take a...
you want 4 burners?
No, it's just...
Oh, yeah. Of course, man.
Yeah, bro. Just a flat top, 2-burner spot. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, you want a house kitchen in a school bus. I mean, like, The most I've seen people with is just like a regular 4-burner with an oven type style. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be huge.
Yeah, but I mean,
like what? It's like it would feel not much space. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'd be cool. I'd be cool with I'd have a crock pot, the air fryer, and then the 2 burners.
One thing that makes my life better is food. You know,
yeah,
so I like to try and that's one thing. Like I was thinking, like if I did do school bus, like what's things I would pride on. Same thing with like the tiny home. You know, I'm like I would pride myself on kitchen. And then probably bathroom, because that's like 2 things that like help me in life. Like, or like for me,
it's true. In a van, you don't have a bathroom.
With like a big, like say, okay, we're gonna give you this tiny home. You got a small bathroom, a small kitchen, but you got a big living room. Like, for me in the living room, all I need is enough spot to sit one spot.
I lay in my bed, and my bed would be my living room.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like for me, cooking, like that's something that really brings joy to myself. I like cooking for myself. I like being able to have, I would have, skylights over top. A big skylight that could just flick up and basically be grilling out on that thing.
Speaking of which, I'm starving. Like I'm ready to fucking shut after this. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get you, man.
Chopping up like that. And then I would like a good bathroom, like something nice. It don't gotta necessarily be a bathtub, but I would like the idea to be able to sit down.
I imagine something like, I don't know, man. Like I feel like I would just rig up something to where like this grill, like this like rack like flips down, and then like I can like wheel the grill down. And then like just like then just fold it up, and then you grill it back up, and it's on top. I don't think you can make something. But again, you want to work inside though. That's the idea.
It's it rains sometimes. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Just period.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes,
or you might be watching something on the TV. You just want to cook while you're there because you want it to feel like a home.
I always look at like a school bus. Like it's very cumbersome. It's very big. It's a whole other class of vehicle. Well, not a whole other class of vehicle because you want to designate at home. It's RV, so whatever. But I mean, like, it is a huge vehicle to operate. Parking it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gas probably. It is diesel
though. And the mechanic work, I imagine, will also be kind of tough.
But the big thing about it is like it's the fact of like how convenient it is.
Oh, yeah,
like you can straight up go out.
Space.
But just right now, you can go out with $5,000 and get you a school bus that you could take across the country.
Yeah.
Like there's school buses all over Craigslist, $5,000 to $10,000 with 150 on it. That's great for a diesel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like super easy. Then like schools, they have sales when they transfer over. Like that region will have a sale, from their state or whatever it would be, their county.
Right, yeah.
You can buy them from off there, like more brand new ones with 70, 80,000 miles, shit like that. Like it's a very convenient thing. So that's like the big benefit of that. Like, no, it's not if you would like something like a tiny home where it feels like more home, but it's the fact of like, okay, right now, let's say if I had $15,000, I could buy a school bus and I could do $10,000 of renovations. And that bitch will be a fucking great home on wheels.
Don't put that much into it, make it look nice.
Right. That's what I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, there is like certain things you have to do, like a big thing, like especially for people that are like 6 foot and over. A lot of times you'll get a raise on the roof because the roof is made, for kids and shit like that. So it's like a 6 foot person has like this much room in there.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people will just straight up cut that top off and they'll add like 2 feet of metal and then you weld that back on around.
Yeah.
And then
it'll still be under height. Yeah.
And you can also have kind of like upper bed and shit like that now.
Yep.
It's just, I love it because it's like cheap as shit, like I said, and the fact of like it's laid out like that. It's like you take them seats out, you got a straight up rectangle. Do however you want.
You have a lot of space, man. It's so much space.
Hell
awesome,
yeah,
bro.
And you can go on top to put like cargo and shit like that. You could have bikes on the back. Like you can do so many things with that thing.
And that's where I'd find a way to incorporate a grill in that school bus.
Oh fuck yeah, bro! If I had a school bus,
I gotta have like a small wall between like the back door and like the back wall bedroom, and it's like a compartment when you open the door, and when you flip it out, the grill flips out on the door. It's just a boom.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking. Like on the back door, instead of it swinging out, it goes down now. It's like a lever.
Or maybe like it lays in long ways, and then you pull it out and it swivels and just like locks against the back. And you're just like,
I cook my meat on my diesel engine. Okay.
Oil and it's all pre-oiled.
So that's the great thing about school bus. That's why that's a big thing.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you what, on the Tiny Home Show, I always feel like it's like Pimp My Ride. I do get that feel of like some of the shit they make. I'm like, I don't know if you could be driving across the country with this thing and that. Like some of the shit's like I've seen one time, like they did like a raisable thing so that this lady could have like her sewing equipment pop out of the ground.
Yeah.
But they took a TV raise and mount thing and they modified it for a cabinet basically.
Right.
And I'm like, we can't just do that. Like, how you gonna do that? And like this is supposed to be like top quality. You just modified a fucking TV razor to lift like 150, 200 pounds over 10-year span. You know, while driving.
Yeah, not very good.
It seems like you're gonna drive like 100 miles. This thing's just gonna keep bumping until eventually it disconnects.
One thing I always think about, I always think about it, and it's hard. Like I don't know. I never really have come to a solid answer yet. But what would you do on the road for income? What would you do on the road to make money?
You sell your ass, Steve.
Oh yeah, fuck.
We've talked about it. You don't remember, bro? We came up with a great idea. Remember the taco truck?
Yeah, bro.
Straight up, dog.
Awesome,
just carry a trailer, a straight up food cart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Taco truck, wherever you go, get a license, do it right. Straight up at the RV spots, you got the taco truck too. Bro. Like, you know what I mean? At the camping spots and everything. Bro,
you want gyros? Has to have that flat top. Just shrink.
Yeah, it's gotta be making that sound.
You want half a Tommy on a flapjack?
All right. Do half a Tommy, Steve. Do half a Tommy.
He said he wants a Tommy to rip. Tommy ripping.
Yeah, dummy with extra tomato.
Sauce on the side.
Yes.
Right, a sausage.
Extra dummy.
Sorry, you got it. Can I get a slip Ricky on a ham hock?
That is so great, man. That'd be great. I think that's a great idea, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they also have a lot of other ideas. Like, I probably did so much research at this point. Like, there's a big famous, I forget the name of it, but like, there's a big famous like work as you go type of app. That's all for America. Like you just go on there, you say what you do,
like
what
Uber
your profession
is.
You post pictures of like your diploma,
your jobs arrived.
So you got exactly, basically, yeah. And then people just like you're like, hey, people holler at you.
It's so weird. Like you just get like, imagine a future, you just get scooped, taken to the work site, and you're just like, all right, give me that. Here's your shovel. All right, you got to dig holes.
You get $85.
You're here to dig holes, and you get 50 at the end of the day.
You got your stuff to deal.
That's
a full tank.
You're here for 5 hours. Like you work 10 hours an hour, you get no questions asked. Dig holes.
But like we were talking before, like I just feel like we get out on that road, like you're not a dumb person.
No,
I'm not a dumb person. Like,
especially when you need money, you're just like, I'm gonna go make some money.
Bro. I hate to say it, but like I'll do whatever I got.
I need to go out and come back with money, people. Okay, I got you. Let me go. Come back with some money. No
matter what it is, like I'll walk all day until I see. I'll be out front of the store. You need me to carry that bag? You know what I mean? Yeah. Wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever, doing whatever. If it came to that,
that's the cringiest thing that like I remember. Like I saw it one time. It was circulating a while ago. It was just like a bunch of like white people in Thailand. They were like begging so that they could continue backpacking. But they're in like a third world country, like in a third world market where like
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like so you can travel like it's like bro, I get like $10 a day. If
that, yeah, that's like, crazy. Some people really think they're gonna get something like that.
It was like that one lady who was like everyone's seen that video. The one lady who got chased by that Mongolian tea lady. Yeah, there was a lady running, and there was like a Mongolian lady running after her. And she's just like, please, no, stop! I can't run anymore. And she's like, you rich white people come. It's like you want to barter. You want to barter for tea? Tea's so cheap already. You want to barter for tea? It's like you pay full price for tea. You can afford it. Like, damn. I was like, I'm like, whoa, if she's literally asking probably for like maybe $1 at most for your tea. But the locals are paying like 25 cents. It's like
that's what I was saying. Because what if it's just like that Chinese lady you just said? You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, this tea is usually 25 cents for everybody, but for you, I know you got it, so it's $1.25. It's like, well, what?
See, I've had $1, bro.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't want to be treated like that. I want you to say this tea's 25 cents, and then I give you $1.25. That's what I want. I don't want you to say, I'm going to try and fuck this person because I think they got more money.
I feel you.
I came to Thailand because I heard it was a cheap vacation. I don't need to get fucked by every fucking local I see, okay? Next thing you know, you got goddamn money.
Everyone, that's what they do. They fuck you, man. So,
I was like, look, man, everybody's getting hooked up. Usually 25 cents. I'm going to pay more. I'm not here to try and, pay the minimum amount that everybody else is. I'm going to give you some extra, but don't fuck me. Have some respect.
Don't charge me $125 and try and get me paid $2.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I say $1.50. Okay. I'm white. I get it. I pay a little extra. I ain't finna just be like, oh, you got money.
I spent your salary to come over here, I guess.
But maybe I want to come over here and live. And now I need to live off this amount of money. Okay? I don't got that much.
See, where I'm coming from, I'm still poor. Like,
Right.
like even though I afforded that Thailand vacation, I'm poor.
I know, rich to you. Okay. How do I explain this? You got monologue in your head.
I know. So, do you have Google?
Real quick. You got monologue in your head? Okay.
You do some crazy shit like that. Like it's just like, you have a calculator around? There's like,
you have Google Translate.
you know the dollar trading for today's market?
Right. You know, price of a barrel of oil.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, like I feel you on that, but it's like I would just be like, oh, okay, you know, at that, especially like,
don't let them fuck you like that, bro. Everybody's
but listen, this is the thing. Like, you're not in the middle of like Bangkok. You're not in the middle of this. You're on like a mountain roadway in like a village. Like you're visiting. It's just like
that kind of seems like you should just that like, might be the only tea you get.
If I'm, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm, it's like, you know, it's just like
that's a bad spot.
I'll pay the stoppage fee. I'll pay. That, you know.
Yeah.
That's where they're at. They were on like a mountain hiking trail. Well, it was like literally a village woman. You know?
It's a spot where literally they could kill me.
And
like I don't got a gun, they can kill me. There's more of them than us.
Probably didn't have a concrete structure. You know.
Do you remember that one that was in like the Philippines? I think it was where a tourist, she got chased. She was running. It's a sad story, but she fell off of the side of a cliff from the guy that was chasing her, and she broke her back and couldn't move. And like the guy came down and like sexually molested her and shit, but she ended up not dying. He left her, but she ended up not dying. Other people found her. Just like rehabilitated.
What the fuck?
And find this guy out. He had like special needs and shit too.
Yeah.
It was just a fucked up story. I was sitting there thinking like, man, you fall, you break your back. You lay there all this time. Someone comes up and they molest you.
It really hurts. Yeah.
Talk about like cruel world.
Oh my god! What the fuck? There was a story a while ago where it's like a girl got away from somebody, and then ran into some guy, and that guy went and raped her. Like, but she was looking for help from already sexual cap like
that is horrible, bro.
And went and finds help, and then that person rapes her. It's just like, wow, it's looking pretty bleak for us.
I tell you what really scares me is like when I'm watching that I Am a Killer show, yo. I swear, bro, I watch all of them, bro. Any of the true crime shit like that, anything like that, I can watch, bro.
Is that the one where the killers are talking about it?
Yeah. And like you kind of get to assess the case for yourself. It's one of those. That's why I like it. Yeah. You know, you get the feel for it. Like no matter what,
before you.
They don't leave it open. This one they don't leave it open. Like it's fact of what happened.
Well, he did, yeah.
It's up to you. Do you think like this person, like for example, like the one I'm watching now? I hate getting into these details, but it's what it's about because that's what I was about to say. Where it's like most of them, like when you watch these shows, most of them was like sexually molested, bro. You know what I mean? They really were, or abused, you know, one way or another as children, and they ended up doing this shit. Like, could people be lying? Maybe, but there's plenty of fact behind it. Like on the one I was watching, basically this guy. So that's what I'm saying. It's basically like showing you like he did the crime, but consider his story. That's what this show's about, right?
Right.
So like from the time he's born, his mom didn't want him, so he went with his dad. His dad was a drunk, beat him up for like 5 years. Then he went into the system.
Right.
He was in the system, getting adopted nobody for a couple of years because the government like didn't even know where he was at. They eventually find him. He's like 7, 8. He gets took by this one family, and all this time he was being like sexually molested already and shit like that. Yeah, while like you know what I mean. All this was going on. Well, this family finally takes him, and he's there for 1.5 years, and the mother ends up getting a job overseas, and they don't end up taking him. You know, they say like, look, you know, we didn't know this was going to happen, but you got to go back. So he goes back, same exact thing starts happening again. He's 8 years old. I think it was 8 years old. This guy comes in, this old man, a single old man, a science teacher, bus school driver, comes and gets him. And he said like nothing, like the dude never did nothing. Like he was just a great fucking dad, you know, like did everything he could. He was a great mom too, he said. He was 2 in 1. And just time went by. He ends up being like, do you want to be my son? You know, want me to adopt you? And he's like, yeah. So he gets adopted by this guy. The guy starts molesting him, bro. The guy ends up adopting 2 more boys who he molests also. The guy has a woman, a black lady stay with him, a black little girl at the time, 14, 15. And he molests her, you know, molests her and shit. So then like the guy that did the killings, he had a baby with that black girl. So it's like just a bunch of just crazy shit going on there. So he got a baby by this black girl, and they're together. You know, they both been molested by this dude.
What the?
There was a time, right, where like there's a whole nother. That's how you know like certain things aren't a lot. Like there's another guy that comes in there that has nothing to do with the case. He's just telling he was friends with this man when they were younger. When they were 15, he at this point this guy's being molested all the time and shit like that. His brothers are too. His foster brothers. He goes into his foster's dad room, and in the in the dresser they find a Polaroid, and it's a little boy, like before like you even have pubes, and it's got the guy's hand in it because he got his ring and like his same exact hairy arm holding like the boy's balls basically in the picture. So they take the picture and they go to the cops. And when they go in there, like as soon as they walk in there, they tell us like he slides in the picture. They tell his friend get out. And then like 15, 20 minutes ago, he comes back out of the picture. He's like, he said they ain't doing nothing. Told me to go back home. That's where I was at when you came in, basically. And so at this point, like he's just like, everybody's getting molested. You know what I mean? He don't even like the cops ain't even gonna help him. So then he here's the part that's like kind of like okay, is like so that guy, his foster dad's parents live right next to them. Live on the same block, like a house down, basically 2 houses down. So he likes them. You know, the guy that did the killing, he likes them. That's who the whole show's about. He killed them. You know, his foster grandparents, basically. He said the dad, like both of the grandparents were always great to him. You know, but he was saying like every time he tried to bring it up to his foster grandma about his foster dad molesting him, which is her son, you know,
right?
That she would always get like defensive towards him. So he would never like fully tell her and shit like that.
Oh wow.
So he said just like basically his description was just like in a fit
that
of
connection
like,
to you.
Basically the black girl, his baby mama, ended up breaking up with him. And because like he was like basically being a loser, basically, I guess. They ended up breaking up. And like within a year of them breaking up, he kills his grandparents and shit too. So
it's probably like, whoo, this is close call.
It's just, yeah, or you feel bad, you know, like fuck. But he kills both of them, and it's like basically he's like, I never went to hurt them. I just blacked out because she said something. I don't really know what was going on, but the way that like I kind of see it, the way he's describing it is like it's kind of like they might know what their son's doing. You know what I mean? Right. So they're trying to make like this kid's life great. Like they don't do it. They're trying to make the kid's life great, but they don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I see it. Yeah. Nobody said that on the show, but like that's how it feels.
It's like they know, but at the same time they don't know. It's like they don't
want to know.
Exactly. There's like
they said a story where like the three brothers, they were so afraid of this guy that they didn't even get up to go to the bathroom. They would just piss out their windows in their bedrooms. Because they didn't even want to walk out there, bro.
I mean,
and that's the worst part. Because when he's like talking about it, he's like, when the first guy's like, when he first adopted him, he's like, he didn't do nothing, you know, for a long time. He didn't do nothing. Then like one day he's like, sit on my lap. Then he starts like nibbling on his ear, like doing weird shit like that. Yeah. And it just goes on and on. Then he gets the brothers and does the same thing.
See, it's so wild because like you get,
and that guy died of natural causes. Never got nothing brought on him.
You get put into a system that sets you up with your to-be parent. Born. Well, I mean, like
he was in the system his whole life.
That's what I'm saying. But then when you do eventually get adopted out, you're adopted out to a molester, like
multiple ones.
It got molested
multiple times.
Well, that happens all the time in the system.
That's what like I brought this up because I was thinking about like how many foster parents are bad, you know?
Oh, a lot of them, bro.
You're about to say all of them.
I mean, like, so my grandmother, like, growing up, like, we always had foster kids come through.
What's the percentage?
They all came from fucked up backgrounds.
No, I'm saying, like, what do you think the bad foster parents are? What percentage?
Man, 80.
Damn, you really think so?
I mean, every kid that came through our house, like, came from some fucked up background. And like
that doesn't mean it was from a foster family though.
But they were like the reason like they're coming through my house because like it's like a temporary thing, you know, like you know she keeps them for a little while, like they get shuffled around home to home to home. You know what I'm saying? Well, they all experience that system. They all experience abuse in that system. You know, that's what I'm saying.
80s is crazy. 80s like shut the system down.
Man, I would say it's fucking high, you know.
I was gonna say like 50, 60, and I thought that was just like crazy. Just to think, 1 out of every 2 is an abuser or a molester or something. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy, bro.
I mean, like, cause like the thing that like causes a lot of abuse within is like, you know, like you do receive money for, you know, taking on these kids. Like you receive some money. So I mean, like, you know, and you're like, well, I don't want them. I don't like them to begin with.
I don't want to take care of them.
With them. Fuck with them. I just take the money and then, you know, you get moved on. That's just how it is, man. Whoever came through my house had some cool ass times with the best action figures on the block. Just saying, like, no, but no, I mean, for real, like, it's a very bad system, you know. I mean, I was really just thinking about it over here, like as we were talking about it, as we kept like, you know, as you were telling your story, it's just like, it's very I do know like it is very bad, you know, like they, as you can see, like this guy was set up with his abuser.
So what do you think you do with a person like that? That's the problem. Is like he killed the wrong people. He should have killed the guy.
Yeah.
Then he's got a case of like no time, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
We can prove the molestation. You know what I mean? You got also have a woman. You have a woman also coming forward and saying this man was a pervert when I was 14. He touched me also.
I mean, this guy he reached a peaking point. I mean, like I'm not trying to defend like why he killed these people, like because I mean it was wrong, 100%. You know. But then if they kind of knew what was going on, that was just like
that's my assumption.
Yeah, just like
nobody said that. Like
well,
I said,
that's what I'm saying. But I mean,
because he says he's like every time I try to bring it up to her, she would get defensive.
Yeah.
So that's what he says, and I'm just like, you live next door to your son, and you don't know he's doing this to any of the 4 children living with him.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe.
It's very odd. Yeah, exactly. It's very odd. But I mean, yeah, you killed the wrong people.
It's funny because well, it's not funny, but his best friend was on there, and he's like, no, it was the guy that died.
Oh, okay,
the guy that died. Yeah, I thought you said did he kill his best friend?
No,
yeah, the guy that raped him. His best friend was on there, and he like read what he read at his eulogy, and he was like, all I knew him was a great guy. He was an awesome stand-up guy. And then Kay was like, yeah, because, you know, you never seen him around little girls or whatever. And I was like, nah, you know, it's because he's fucking kids too. Like, you can, what do I know? I can't say somebody's a rapist through a TV. Exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, like, you can put it together. Like, this guy's definitely a rapist. He's definitely a predator. Four kids. 4 kids are lying.
Best friend.
4 kids are lying. The best friend's lying. Right. The best friend and 4 kids are lying.
Right.
From 4 different parts of life, women and men.
What makes you best friends? I'm just like, probably
it was the one thing you have in common. You know what I mean?
Probably the one thing you have in common.
He might have been, he might have been too. But the story's not about him. Man.
I know, 100%. Yeah, but he probably raped someone.
You never know, man.
Let's not take it there.
Hurt people.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. You know, I forgot what you said before. It was like some crazy statistic where like it's some crazy high percentage of abusers who've been abused before.
Yeah, it's over 50. I know that. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, which you can see happening. You know what I mean? Like,
so in that case, like, what do you think that guy deserves?
Well, he killed the wrong people. So, I mean, you get the full extent of the law.
Okay, so you get death penalty.
I mean, whatever it is, you know.
He got death penalty.
Well, I mean, there you go. I guess killed 2 people. Wasn't the person raping you.
He should have just played the angle. I hate to say it, but he should have just lied and just be like, they knew about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're trying to get out of jail. I'm sorry to say it.
He watched.
Yeah, they used to peek through. You know what I mean? I begged them to take me away. Like
we did it in their house too.
Or at least play that angle harder. Just
yeah. But now you're like, I mean, like, yeah, you got raped, but now your call seems really fucked up because now you're taking out the 2 people to try and get off.
Yeah, the older ones.
Try to get off now because maybe they didn't know. So now you're trying to get off by lying.
Just say they did it to you, right? Just say they did it to you.
Now I'm a liar and I got raped. Like I'm pretty fucked up right now.
I was trying to get out of jail, but before I get like more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
like,
I'm trying to get out of jail. Death, you know. Just probably go
I don't want to die.
I go fight for my life in that prison. We're gonna have to be on death row. No, you're not raping me. I have a shank. There we go. He gets raped.
Sorry, but you guys are shanked.
And stabbed. And stabbed. Because I tried to fight back with a shank.
All right, what about if that guy killed his dad, the foster dad? What do you think he deserves?
Oh, man. Well, counseling for one. I mean, like you might do sometime. It's so tough, man.
I know.
It's so tough. But yeah, but I don't know. I think it's so he gets off because I mean he killed the guy who's raping 3 other people. So yeah, gets off.
You give him something. You give him something because of the law in the hands, right? But it's like nothing,
Yeah.
He doesn't get off. He's on probation or something, right? He's on 5 years probation.
I don't even want to fuck him up with probation. It's like to serve in a county jail on the weekends.
For how long?
And you do 30 days.
He's like, can I just do 30 days straight? You know what I mean?
It's very inconvenient.
Yeah, it's 10 months of weekends. What the fuck, dude?
We get no weekends. That's torture. Got some killing to do. I mean, yeah, you gotta give him something. But I mean, like,
bro, my uncle did like 82 weekends. Like, shit was crazy.
How do you even get that type of deal? Where it's like, can I just give you weekends, Your Honor?
I think that was a little high, but it was like 50 something. Seriously,
can I give you weekends, Your Honor? Like, I mean, you just kind of like.
Well, no, he did a bid. While he was on his bid, they let him out to do weekends. So he actually did like 3 weeks or a month, something like that. And then it was like he got some good behavior. It was for DUI, which is the crazy thing.
Yeah, but regardless, it's like, why are you just coming back doing weekends? Like, you don't have that privilege. You drove while you were drunk. You know how you don't get to set these terms. Like,
it's crazy because it's like
you serve it when it's good for you now. Like,
I work. I'm trying to work.
Yeah, but you also drink and drive.
It just used to be so funny seeing him at like the end of a Friday night. Well, at this point, his license was suspended and everything. I guess he could have kept doing it, but
yes, now you definitely don't get to come on weekends.
His license was suspended and everything like that. But like Friday night, like we'd be working. We worked together up at Popeyes at the time.
I'd be sitting there to be like, you're at Towson.
I'd be going home. He had to go. He'd be like, I'm heading straight to jail. And this was so sick every time. He's like, I'm heading straight to jail. It's like, all right, I'll see you Sunday night.
Yeah, I've been in jail for the weekend. Like,
seriously, so long too.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, like, but he kept his job and shit, and he had like a good job, So
yeah, but it's like
it's weird.
I don't know how you get that,
but it's just weird how like they never make you like.
Well, it's weird that they give you that to begin with. So
it seems like once you get like a DUI, you should just get pissed for like a year of alcohol or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Yeah.
It's like not even a thing, right? You don't even piss for alcohol.
You go in jail for bullshit, and if you have weed in your system, you'll get probation where it's supervised like, oh, you got pissed. You gotta be drug free. It's like, well.
Did you see that thing about the Super Bowl with the medical cannabis?
Yeah, I saw that share. I didn't get into the article though. But
you didn't see the video?
I saw it shared though.
Oh, well,
did they show the actual commercial?
It showed the actual commercial.
Was it an anti-commercial? Like against me? Weed?
No, it was for it. It was a medical marijuana. It was showed like one of it was a kid with seizures, and the mom's on there talking about how it stopped the seizures.
Yeah.
Another one was a PTSD soldier.
Right.
He's saying like it helped him a lot come back. And there's another guy who broke his back and was addicted to opioids. And they're all when they're talking about how like it saved them.
Was it Big Pharma?
Yeah, it was from an investment firm.
No. I'm saying like, was it Big Pharma that shut it down?
You would imagine, right? Because Budweiser sure got plenty of fucking commercials.
Yeah.
Bud Light still got plenty of commercials.
Yeah.
So it's funny how like they shove that down your throat, but we can't show a kid's seizures getting cured. He was having hundreds of seizures a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's not having any.
Yeah.
Or 1 or 2 a day. Like that's insane, bro. And you're like you're shoving that away. You're hiding that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, let's go drink.
Like, exactly, man. Especially as like, we gotta stop telling people what they can put in their bodies. I mean, but no heroin.
But just my thing was like. They say like, oh, they're trying to do these things nowadays. Like weed impairs your driving too. Like, okay, give me the highest person you can find on the streets. And then let's get the drunkest person I can find on the streets. Who do you want driving?
Oh, 100%.
People are going to do things.
But
people are going to do things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
It's not the argument for against it. Yeah.
And it's just the fact that people are going to do things.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here and you're saying, oh, a DUI, you can do weekends.
Again, it's not the argument.
You can't even use weed to save seizures.
Now I won't exactly, but I won't say that like because I don't personally think you should drive while under the influence of either. I don't think you should be able to, just neither. Just like as you would with anything that you take inhibits. You know what I'm saying? I think if we're gonna,
I mean, this is just I'm going to a way deeper argument though. For like, I could not make that argument. I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, right? It's like we're sitting here, we're going to worry about weed, right? But I guarantee you, if we really did an in-depth study, caffeine would probably cause more arguments than weed. Like just straight up, I think that caffeine causes a lot of road rage.
But
you know what I mean? So it's like, well, we're not going to pursue everything down to a T like this. It's like, okay, take away the weed. Well, that shit, in a lot of cases, I think that might fuck up accidents. You know what I mean? Where the person that doesn't have their caffeine, shit, you might want this weed to try. But nobody's saying that about alcohol. That's all I'm saying. So with that, like if we are going to do that, then we should go stricter. You shouldn't be able to have a lot of things then while you're driving, because it is where I do get your argument of like, it is a super powerful vehicle. Like, even if I'm like, I'm the best driver on weed, like it's still dumb to say because that's a vehicle. You shouldn't be able to have it. Well, then you shouldn't be able to have it on a lot of things.
Well, that, and like, if we're going to do something like that, I'm like, let's not go all the way. Let's just say, hey, there's a certain amount of high you can be and find some way to test it.
Yeah.
A certain amount of like I like that. Weed alcohol. Because I mean, like,
look,
because like I'm fine smoking a blunt of some of this stuff I buy from from somebody. But when you go into the store and I take fucking 1,000 milligrams or whatever the case may be of THC, and I just ingest that super strong, let's just not, I won't even put a milligram on. Let's just put a super strong THC pill in me. You get stupid dumbass high like you do on the shit nowadays, especially
when you pull people over, right? What do? You give them a sobriety test, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Give me a sobriety test.
Exactly.
Give me any sobriety test you have right now. I'll pass it.
Yeah,
100%.
And the thing is, like me sitting here, I'm like, I probably wouldn't be driving 3 edibles deep. Like
fuck that. I don't think it's even enjoyable. I don't take an edible to drive.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, there is times where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke this on the way of going here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, do I think I'm dangerous to society? No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So am I biased? Whatever you want to say. I don't think there's one alcoholic that says I'm a better driver.
That's the thing. Like, so like, with Bray starting school and shit, like I now go pick her up, and it's been a real bitch because I get immediately on the highway from like I get off work instead of going straight home like I used to. Now I gotta go pick her up. So I get on the highway from downtown Baltimore. That's terrible. The other day I took some weed with me. I took a little blunt. I rolled up and I was smoking while I took off.
It was easier,
bro.
It was better.
You know when you go 395, you start going around to go 95 south. You know that big bridge kind of thing, yeah. Bro, the sky was looking beautiful. I had some fun music playing. I was just like, this is great. I'm really in traffic.
Didn't even care.
Really in traffic. I've got my hand wrapped around the headrest. I'm just like, window down. It's like 40 degrees up, but I felt good. It's like,
it's crazy.
So it's chilling, man. You
didn't feel like a
made
hazard.
It home. Made it my home. Exactly. I was just chilling, man. And even when I did get up the speed, I was good.
I literally feel like a better driver. I don't know anybody that could say they're out, like they get drunk.
I'm way more cautious when I'm high. Yeah.
I just feel like, I feel like I do.
I definitely rage less.
Exactly. I'm way more okay being behind that car for 5 seconds more.
Bro,
I'm just instead of me being like, slow.
Bro, I'll be straight cruising. Like when I'm regular,
55.
When I'm sober, it's literally just like I'll be going down to be 35. I'm going like 32, high, just like vibing, chilling,
Yeah, same
way.
I'm
sober, it's like when I'm sober, like, I'm going 50 down that fucking 35. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like straight off on that bitch. It's like gone. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like,
you trust me. You want me high driving.
Yeah, exactly. You want me chilling. Because I'm sitting there, I have my blinker on, I'm about to make this turn. It's like, stop.
I also feel like at this point,
it's just all chill. Just like
at this point, though, we're just such like experienced smokers too, though.
Yeah,
it's part of our DNA.
Plus, I wouldn't say we smoke like the top THC shit that's out there that some people get their hands on.
Yeah,
because I've been stupid high off some like medical shit. On some medical.
Yeah, he's smoked medical, guys. He's smoked medical.
But yeah, I mean, I've had some high rate changes. Like there's some times where it's just like. I've had some ones where it's like some indicas where you're just like, I mean, I could still drive on this, but like I could see where this could fuck somebody up. Like,
I mean, I've had usually that's like the edibles for me, where I'm just like, I just don't even feel like keeping my arms up. But like, there's times like straight up. You ever been so tired, like you nod for a second behind the wheel?
Bro,
you wake up, you're just like,
bro, there's literally times where I'm smoking. I'm like, I want to drive right now. Man. I was like,
yeah, seriously.
I was like, I'll be happy to drive.
Like you said, when the sun's right, just the feel,
bro,
right?
I was high up. We were cruising.
Play that music loud.
I had to steer.
That's bad, bitch.
Exactly. It's like, full circle. This is like, this is like, it's just got some instrumental shit going on. I'm just like, nah, 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 nah,
I hate when you drive on the highway and the sun's right in your eyes.
Oh,
it's like
terrible, bro. Bro, like, there's a point where I make this turn in the morning if I go a certain way. Like the sun will be directly in my face, and sometimes I'm not even sure if there's a pedestrian there or not.
Bro, I'm telling you, on the highway, bro. I swear to God, I was just telling Kay about there's been a couple times I'll pick Kay up like always. It's like exit 80, bro. And literally, like as I'm coming back from it's midday, the sun's going down, so it's like literally right in my eyes. I'll go always to the side lane. Just so I know where the big barrier's at. Exactly. And I'm just like, play that. Yeah. Because I really can't see the crowd at all.
Exactly. Yeah, you've been there, man. There's another turn I make when I'm about to go into work. Like, it's a left and like it goes across a bike lane. And it's a downhill lane. So, there was one instance where I go to make this left. I'm always pretty cautious to stop and look. I stop and look. I see nobody. I go to make my turn. Next thing I know, this guy shoots out of nowhere. He's literally hitting like 30 down the fucking hill. And he just like, what faggot asshole. It was like, bro, you literally came out of no fucking where. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I'm making a left turn here. Like, if me personally, like, I understand that we have a little back and forth to like make sure we're both safe. We don't kill you. Like, I don't kill you. This is one of them where like you kind of slow down when people can make left turns and you're going downhill. You know what I'm saying? And there's parked cars right there that covers the bike lane. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm always now, like, super ridiculously cautious now, but, like, bro, that's... I'm just jetting out this bitch.
One of the worst turns that I hate the most is coming out of Rapola right there on your block, dog.
Yeah.
Man, you make that right on the east.
People park there now.
Literally, you can't see shit.
Yeah.
Like, I stop early so I could see behind the parked cars and try to, see the gap. And I'm like, all right, if no car comes in 3 seconds, I think I can go. That's what I'm guessing.
Exactly, man.
I'm guessing.
Bro, I just do now. I just like creep out, or
just hold your horn as you turn the whole time.
I'm just creeping out, and it's like people beeping me. I'm like, can you see that I can't see? Like, what used to be there? There used to be a bus stop there, so you couldn't park there. But now it's not there no more. Now you can park there. It's fucked up.
I was picturing you creeping out, just like. A bus just takes your shit off,
and nothing goes. Nothing goes by for like 5 seconds, and then you're just like. No, it's like, this shit just classic comic. Yeah, man. Like it's ridiculous, bro. I fucking hate coming out of that bitch, man. No.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go like blocks down next time.
Yeah. Yep.
Why risk it? I'm gonna go down to the church.
Yeah,
where I can get a nice gap, get my eyes out there.
Yeah, big wide open. It opens up to the 3 lanes. That moment, you're just like, you can even turn right into that one lane right there and just
hold your
eventually go. Yeah, or you just pray. You just pray, I hope they don't hit me.
You go out in reverse.
I hope the brakes are good.
You hit the gas and you flip it in reverse. Just like, trying to get a quick view. You're like trying to rock your shit so you can get a quick view.
Bro, the worst is when you're backing out in a parking lot. If you pull in,
man,
you back out and people are literally they see you and just
people are the worst, bro.
So I just throw it in reverse. I'm just like, stop.
What about when you're going out? People just keep going. Instead of stopping for you.
It was literally the first day I had the bullhorn, the megaphone in my car. The day after I had from the Naruto run. And I'm backing off Target. The lady sees me down the fucking, literally 8 cars down. I'm backing out, start turning out. She pulls up behind me, starts beeping. I have my window down, so I literally start grabbing for it. And Bray's like smacking my hand. She's like, no, don't fucking do it. I'm just like, fuck you.
Literally.
Just all the way up, just like loud as shit with the megaphone in her face. And just like, put the sirens on, just like.
Put the thing up top. It's the one light.
Yeah. So I don't keep it in the car no more.
Yeah, seriously. That's just a dickhead move.
It felt good, though, to use the megaphone. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Especially for anger purposes.
Yeah, and just being like, fuck you. The whole parking lot heard that.
You ever seen people come up and just do that air horn in people's ear?
Yeah.
I'll fight.
Yeah.
I can't. That would just, you're damaging my ear.
Bro, he saw one
you're legit damaging my ears.
This guy, he literally goes up, he grabs the guy's head while he's bent down and get his shoe, puts his ass on top of his head and makes a fake fart noise. And the guy's trying to fight him. He just like, it's a prank. It's a prank.
Oh,
and I'm like, bro. Like he's like, it's a fart machine. It's a fart machine. You put your ass on my head.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you put your hand on the back of my head.
That you did. Don't touch me. Don't touch me like that.
Like,
imagine.
We're gonna fight.
Imagine I just come up there with a fucking 12 gauge. I'm just like right next to your ear. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna fuck with you.
You can't because you're shell shocked, dog. You're just like your ear's bleeding.
Well, not only that, even if I wanted to, you have a gun.
You remember that in Black Hawk Down?
You want to do it this year? Like
when he's shooting, he's holding the ammo.
Yeah.
And he's shooting, and he's like, stop. And when he stops shooting, he's like, don't do that again. And then like a guy comes running up like, and he just starts pumping it again. He's literally like on the verge of crying. Basically, he's like, I couldn't hear it all.
Yeah, it was just fucking rocking this shit too, man. Yeah,
just lost it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit hurts. I mean, like it can fuck up your hearing too. So we're fighting. I'm gonna fuck you up. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, my friend. Just don't come here. Well, like that's where shit goes too far, you know.
Yeah, like the Bam Margera shit. Like I couldn't be friends with people like that. That's just too much.
Come up here and be like, you dropped your pussy. See, give me on video doing that, because I'll fall for that. You catch me on off day.
I will fall for that.
It's like,
but like, if you come up behind me full speed and then kick me in my ass or like my dick,
yeah,
like we're not
it's a
friends,
prank. It's a prank.
And like
don't touch me.
At the end of the episode, though, you just like
crazy
hand
like
you
that,
12
man.
grand, but you're icing your balls.
Like, come up to me and pretend I'm gay and hit on me. Like that's cool. Like that's okay. Don't touch me. Don't grab my dick.
We can set this up. You could nail me with this, but let me get some cushion or something. You know, let's set it up to where I'm protected. Don't legit hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to get paid too.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're telling me, hey, look, we can stop. We're gonna put like 4 or 5 pillows in there, and I'm gonna kick you like in the back of your ass.
Come up here and tell me my car's getting towed.
Give me 16 grand.
What happened to the old days?
We got an episode of Bam Margera.
I know old days are like just a straight deception. You know?
What about that guy? Like,
your shoes untied.
Don Vito. Like, how much did he get paid? Because they really did some fucked up shit. Not enough. How much is enough? 50 grand an episode? That's enough.
Yeah, that's more than plenty. But I'm thinking like, look, the Danny, we'll put in a salary like $250 plus. You go to Miami with us when we go. You know what I'm saying? Like when they went to fucking Finland, they went to Finland. You know,
he's the joke the whole time. Everywhere he goes, he's the joke. They smash shit in his face. They just make him rage. Like that was what he was on there for. Just that fucking turkey neck
with his lazy eye. Yeah,
he did have a lazy eye too.
Yeah.
Did he die?
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure Bam's dad was super happy because he was just like, okay, great, you have Danny DeVito now. Now I don't gotta do it.
Yeah, but they still fucked with his dad pretty hard and his mom. They like did some fucked up shit that would just piss me off. Remember the one time they just painted the whole house blue?
Yeah.
It was like,
yep. Your favorite color is blue.
As long as you clean it up, I don't care about ones like that, I guess.
So I'm sitting here, I'm like,
physical violence.
I'm sure they're, well, I'm like, I don't know, because he's on like a crazy spiral of like alcoholism and shit. So like,
even the one,
maybe they didn't get paid enough. They're still in that house though.
I think that was more about Ryan Dunn. But yeah, like even the one where like they run up and like cut a little bit of your hair out, like whatever.
Yeah,
I'm down for the snacks.
I mean, don't do it to this shit, you know.
Oh, bro, I would definitely get you. If we were making like $5 grand an episode, $5 grand an episode.
Well, at that point, I gotta cut it, you know. Just like,
no, you keep it, and I do shit like that. I keep doing that. Now it's a thing. Now people watch that.
Get $5 grand. Well, I don't want to be that thing for $5 grand.
You don't want to be the guy that gets his haircut. You get me back. You get me back wherever you want. But
I'm obviously not a fan of haircuts. That's the thing. It's just,
I'm gonna dye your shit up.
Like you're saying, you're just like, bro, the one guy doesn't want to have haircuts. He goes out of his way to, he doesn't do anything to get his haircut. And now I'm giving him a haircut.
Okay,
come on.
I'm just trying to sell, Steve. I'll put it on video. Okay.
You get a haircut. Let me give you a haircut.
Bro, I promise. No hair. Next episode, I cut your hair with a fucking razor. I'm trying to get views, bro. I give a fuck about integrity. You know what I mean? Like that show is about getting views. So it's like you just do fucked up shit like that.
I know.
You just do that. Yeah.
No, I get that. I get it. Yeah.
But all I'm saying is
like it's only a haircut. Obviously.
All I'm saying
is
I would never come up and like hit you in the face.
It's my religion. You know.
Like remember, Bam would just come up and smack the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like I'm kind of happy you got.
That's why they threw him in the pit of snakes.
I'm happy you're not.
That's why they threw him in the snakes. You know.
Remember that one guy who had like one tooth? Do you remember that guy? It was a white guy with brown hair. They treated him like shit, bro.
One tooth, I'm trying to think.
Man, it was just one guy they treated like
Danger Aaron.
Yeah, bro. Bam just treated him so bad.
Oh, they all did, bro. He's a joke,
bro. Bam really did, bro. Yeah. Like Bam would literally come up and like smack him in the face and shit like that.
Yeah, he definitely got rough.
These they could do all like the dangerous stunts too.
But like he was also like a corny. They were like, look, man, no one even likes you. I gotta fuck with you, man. I gotta slap you.
It's the physical violence, though.
People like the only time you get ratings is when I slap you. So
but you can do shit to me, but just don't do physical violence.
Yeah, but people love it when I slap you.
Like, okay, well, listen, here's
you only get slapped, man. It's five grand, bro. I'm just trying to generate revenue.
Me, though. People didn't know they liked it.
Revenue, you know.
But think about this, right? Think about what is his name? Drama. Rob Dyrdek's little cousin.
Yeah,
his name's Drama, right?
Drama, yeah.
He's the same thing. He's a Ryan joke. That's what made him famous.
Not Drama. It was Big Cat. Big Cat was the bigger joke.
No, Drama was a joke too, bro. They did so much shit to him, but they never.
Yeah, but now he has a clothesline.
But yeah, he ended up making something himself. But he was a joke on there. So was Big Cat. But like Drama was the original joke.
Big Cat took that place though.
Big Cat came on later, bro. He came on later though. Drama was on first.
Yeah, but he was still making. He was still hooking him up with like younger right.
They were all making money. That's not the point of it. The whole point is he was a Ryan joke.
Will you hand me a clothesline? A clothing line? Make fun of me.
He was a Ryan joke, but he never got physically violent.
Yeah.
Rob Dyrdek never did nothing to hurt him.
Yeah, but Danger Aaron didn't ever get a clothing line either.
He got hit in the face.
Yeah, but if he got a clothing line, it might be all right.
Bro, you're contradicting yourself.
Ow. I'm saying do either or.
Drama got the clothing line and didn't get hit in the face.
Exactly.
So I don't want to be the Ryan joke who gets hit in the face for a prime example. Hey, you don't get a clothing line because you're such a fucking mockery bitch.
But if you get paid enough, it might be okay.
You're just known as the guy that Alcoholic Vampire Jared used to smack around on the show.
What joke
I don't even know his name, dude. I didn't even know his name. I just told you the guy that Bam used to be.
What joke's on you? Because he got paid.
How much? Because you had one tooth.
He was on the cover.
You had one tooth.
He was on the cover of the.
You had one tooth.
He was on the cover though.
It's one tooth.
He was on the cover.
You fucked nothing but punk bitches.
On the cover.
It's
not that bad.
You only fucked, bro, with dreads. They just have that. They have that sweat smell. Where you're just like, come on now. You're just around this smell too much that you didn't realize you smell like this. That's the problem. You hung around too many grunge men. Now all of a sudden you're just grunge. You don't even know. You smell grunge. You smell like.
Let's get gross.
You smell like mildew.
Let's get gross, bro.
You smell like mildew, bitch. Bitch, get out of my face. You smell like mildew. You take you and your culture appropriated fucking dreads, and you get the fuck out of my punk bar.
It's like you have the punk bar then. That's where you gotta move the steampunk bar.
Yeah,
that's where you kind of get both, but you also get clean people.
No, that's where you just sell out and put vegan on there.
vegan alcohol. Punk bar. Vegan alcohol.
Yeah, organic IPA. Like, oh, yeah, they're right back without the dreads.
Money.
They're now here with these.
And you overcharge for it? It's like, bro, it's like an $8 glass.
Yeah, it's $8. It's imported from Belgium.
Organic, tastes like shit.
It fucking sits for 16 years.
Bro, like, that no one ever admits. They always taste like shit. I don't care.
No, bro, they're so good.
They're like, well, that guy says it's good. What's like, that's the market that they're aiming for. You know, I'm the one you really want to sell that you really want to make money from. This shit's terrible.
My thing is, I always knew it as like a thing you did when you didn't have money for regular beer. So you would get like a Natty Bow. You know what I mean? Or like something like that.
When you get Natty Bow, you don't go and get the dog head.
Yeah.
You know?
What I'm saying is you started buying shit that costs more than regular beer. Once you get like a cup of that 6, a Corona's 3. It's like, why would I just stick with the normal beer? Like, why am I going to go to the IPA so I can have 1.5% more alcohol in there and pay $3 more? And you're like hoping that it's draft or something. You know, like I don't even get the point of IPA.
Honestly, it's usually always draft. Yeah.
But I just don't even get the point of IPA. I just don't get it. It's just like,
you got me, bro.
I want a harder beer. That's pretty much it, right?
No, you just want craft beer. You just want someone else to make it.
But it is stronger usually.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why you drink it. You don't drink beer because it's like
really strong, just so you can say there's only 2 liquor stores in Baltimore that sell your beer.
That's
what they all say. Yo.
They all say that. Homegrown. So that's what it's about, man.
They don't sell my beer.
You know,
but don't sell my beer, dude. I'm not going there.
But literally, it's like you literally made Budweiser in your garage.
Bro, I totally want to go to fucking PBR. They got fucking Dogfish on tap.
Is that cardamom? You want some obscure spice that you don't even fucking like?
Yeah.
Is that star anise? Like,
wow, Sam Adams had the pumpkin spice back.
It's like, what the fuck, man? What are you even in for? Like, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. It's a culture, though.
At this point, you're just a taster.
Well, at this point, it's a culture of IPAs and handlebar mustaches and being buff. That's really what it is.
I think a lot of times they're not buff.
Yeah.
They're kind of just a natural husk.
Hipster.
It is natural husk.
They always have a handlebar though.
Like, if you ever ran into like a prime punk, they do have handlebar. But if you ever ran into a prime punk, they're not cocky, right? But they can fight and they have weight behind them. But that's because they're good right now, but their body's actually in horrible shape. They're gonna die soon, right? But at that time, like, they actually do have something behind them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
at that time, their body is appropriate weight and strength, if not a little bit over. Cocky, I would not say, right? But they're a little bit over. Then they ride that out to like early 30s. Once they hit like 31, now the body's in rejection. It looks like they stopped doing HGH. You know what I mean? Like when you got off a cycle and you did too many cycles and you get off.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah,
like
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about? It's all fucked up. You know what I mean?
It's like right, HGH users.
Did you know insulin is a big thing in bodybuilding?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why?
And you know what insulin gives?
Insulin.
It gives bubble gut.
Which means
that like your stomach looks pregnant when you're like, so when they're on like flexing and shit, their stomach will be protruded out. If you watch like the older bodybuilders, like their waist sinks in. You know, when like the beach, like the old school black and white
but I mean,
ones,
you're just doing too much. Like I mean,
but like you gain super
you obviously
much.
don't give a fuck.
But like everybody says, like it's like fake muscle.
You obviously don't give a fuck. Because you're taking insulin.
That's what, but basically I had one down this path of this video I got stuck in of like, you remember when Joe took his shirt off on the cast?
Yeah.
Well, like there's this guy who's like a real bodybuilder and he broke that down. Not insulin, but like they said like his stomach was like that from like long-term HGH use.
Oh yeah, his body looks stupid, man.
He's been on HGH for like 20 years or shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Testosterone replacement. So like his body is like literally handling things differently.
Yeah, because he looks fucking weird.
Yeah, his shit looked weird, bro. His shit looked really weird.
Everyone's like, oh, you look fit. Oh, you look fit. I'm just like,
it's funny because they were doing like old school pictures of him and pictures of him now, and his face got bigger too. And they said like that's the thing with steroid too, is like just naturally your bone density, everything just gets thicker.
Yeah, I mean, look at his head now.
Yeah, but humans' bones are actually getting weaker, I read, because we're getting more faster and agile. Our temperature is also lowering. At 98.6 isn't even the going one no more. It's 97.9.
Yeah, I mean, our brain's also getting smaller too. We're getting more efficient in the brain. You know, just get more efficient.
Everything. We're just morphing.
Yeah, you're just evolving as it goes on. You know what I'm saying?
And one day we'll have wings. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I gotta get some goddamn hibachi on the grill. Love you all. Keep checking the show out.
The future. We're tuning in.